Welcome one and all to the review of tonight's
Hey.
game. USG 0, Newcastle 4, with goals from a few. 2 penalties from Anthony Gordon, took them well. I suppose you could say a lucky deflection, some will say. It was a very cute little back heel from Voltemada. And Harvey Barnes following a great attacking move from the fullback position with Anthony Gordon.
Attacking move.
Yeah, linked up with Anthony with Harvey Barnes, plays it to Asula back to Harvey Barnes, tucks it into the near post, made what was written on paper a difficult opposition look very, very ordinary, if I'm honest with you.
And all of the worries about how USG were this super team from the lower countries who'd been to PSV and beat them 3-1 and the top of the league, unbeaten all season, wonderful record, etc., etc., counts for nothing when you've got a Belgian league team playing against a Premier League team. And as poor as we have been in the Prem, we were light years ahead of the opposition today, I felt.
I thought Voltemada played really well today. His hold-up play, him bringing in Olanga and Gordon, I thought he was brilliant. And it just shows like the team we are with a striker up front. When there's no striker, we look like out of place. But Eddie Howe got his spot on today, and we're going to Forest now, and I think that's a must-win game now, Forest. And I think Howe's slowly finding out what his team is now, his first 11. I think it's the defense is like, who does he pick for? I think that's where his biggest headache is the defense, right? Like,
but the defense is yet another clean sheet. The only teams that have scored are Liverpool, Arsenal, and Barcelona.
Today, I thought everybody turned up. I thought everybody seemed to have pull the big boy pants up. I mean, it wasn't for me. It was a case of they just wanted. It seemed as though Newcastle wanted this more than USG. I'm gonna say for me, and I know this is crazy because he does get a goal and you can say it's fluky or whatever with a deflection. Under the match in my eyes. And the reasons the Voltemada. And the reasons why I'm saying that, as much as Olanga did a better job for me today, it shows that what he can do in that mindset of going forward. Still a bit dubious when we play the deep 4-5-1 of what role he plays within the squad doing that role. But for me, it was a case of when I look at the way Voltemada drops in, there was a time where he had five USG bodies around him, being hassled by 2 behind him, got 3 players that are closing in on him around him, and he jigs the ball between left to right foot, and then does a turn and leaves 3 behind him.
The out ball.
And then just passes.
It's
how did he do that?
Allowing to be good today is because of what Voltemada did. I totally agree with you, Gary. Voltemada, with every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, isn't there? And Voltemada's action of being able to hold the ball up got them wingers up the pitch, and they had an effect in the game.
Dropping into that zone, that 10 zone, and being able to collect the ball and keep the ball, and then utilize the ball because we've seen it in the past. You can keep the ball, but if you can't utilize it and you get the ball taken off you, what was the transition on the press then becomes
The game I said is as Harry Kane had got long hair. I mean, because that's what he was doing. He was doing the Kane job, wasn't he? He was coming deep. Okay, he's not spraying the balls out like Harry Kane does, but he tracks that many players that you've just said there. That the spaces, if you've got people with pace, you've just got to get the ball backwards and then forwards again.
And for me, what he brings to this team at the minute, and there's still areas that he's got to learn, but what he brings to this team is a link play between midfield and forward line, which is something that we haven't had for a long time. Because what he does, he becomes that extra body in the 10 slot for the out ball for anybody struggling in the middle. He doesn't want to be the greedy centre forward who just goes up and gets, the goal all the time, the headlights. Yeah, he shines in a different light for me. And somebody made a comment the other day because I said, can you imagine what Voltemada could be like if he was selfish and not a nice kid? not a nice player, right? And somebody come back in the chat and said, how can you say that when he scored 20 odd goals in the Bundesliga? You know, we're talking about a different setup, a different team set, playing a different role to a degree. Yeah, it's like I said, you're not always going to be banging in the games and goals ratio in the Premier League. So if he can bring some of that to the Premier League, then that's going to make us better. It can only make us better. Seen the best out of this kid yet. We actually played the ball away from where their strength was and what the way they set up. So very, very well done to Eddie Howe today, because I think he certainly out coached them.
He just knew if we kept the pace high in the first half, all right, if we hadn't scored even in the first half, the second half we're going to get chances because quality off the bench, which proved again, Wynn alluded to it, Harvey Barnes coming off the bench, scoring a goal. But you've got to get Gordon in the team, because the one thing that we're brilliant at under Eddie Howe is being able to press from the front. And that's why you start him up front, by the way. You start him for the press.
Looks like Eddie gave the lads more freedom to express how good they can be tonight.
Yes.
Wolfie, amazing hold up and release play. And lovely play today.
Oh, it was great. I mean, and nothing shines behind the team game and the team effort, apart from the last goal. When you see it literally from the right back position through to the right inside right position, where you finally get the finished article, and for me, that makes all the difference. You know, when you look at it. So I look at the today as being, like I said, even the subs. Come on,
And he put all the veg in the pot tonight, and he put it on simmer, let it cook.
He's going to have a difficult conversation with Joe Linton, because Joe Linton's he doesn't strike me as the type that's going to seem unhappy and not say something to Eddie and say, why did you take me off? But Eddie's got the perfect argument. Joe Linton can't, but he's going to be that type of, you just know he's that type of character. I'm trying to say that Eddie's done the right thing. He's identified an issue there. So then add a little bit of technicality to it, like what Gary said. Gary's said Joe Linton is the physical pusher. He's the breaker-upper.
So are you saying, let's say against Forest, are you saying you should be starting Miley instead of J7?
I just don't think Joe Linton should be upset about getting taken off for a.
Well, I didn't think he will.
Yeah, that's effective. He's affected the game.
So what stood out was the frustration on his face when he was leaving the park. Now, getting a yellow card, constantly getting a yellow card, you get annoyed after a while, because you go, why am I? And we say it, don't we? Why do referees and officials isolate J7? When, to be fair, it wasn't a nasty challenge. It wasn't a yellow card challenge. As well. So you do get annoyed. You get angry. It's not towards Eddie. It's towards the game.
I've maybe not worded it the right way, but I just think the problem Eddie's had, and the thing that we throw at him many times is he subs on at the right times and for the right players.
I mean, World of Warcraft saying J7's yellow card was harsh, and it was early on too. His was the first, which was crazy when you saw some of the challenges that USG had been putting in. And by the way, we were warned about this, and he said you need to watch these because they're a bunch of dirty buggers.
Yeah.
But you could see today, I mean, they were, that first yellow card for them was a long time coming, and then they were going pash.
But I look at them and I don't see a dirty side. They wanted to spoil your game. You know, they weren't going to beat Newcastle technically, but if they can rough you up a little bit, get you frustrated and thinking about the player rather than the game, and that is another plus thing for me. It would have been so much easier with our past results to have turned the attention on some of the aggression, if you want to call it aggression, that wasn't being nailed down by the officials. They could have quite easily got frustrated with that and lost their mindset going forward.
I'll say in there, we won't get the same space for sure against Forest, but we need to keep this mentality of important.
You want every single player that puts on a black and white shirt at the start of that match know full well, if I go out there and have a crap game, I've got somebody knocking on my door. Last couple of seasons, we haven't had that. Like I said, it was so easy for all of us YouTubers to pick a side because the side picked itself. And that is not what you want as a coach. But it was, I mean, like I say, it was a great performance, and we just got to take it into the weekend now, haven't we? It's a positive. The goals, the XG that seemed to have dried up. It was nice to see a number of goals to go in now.
But the best thing to do is hit the subscription, hit the
And then you
bell.
get notified when you hit the bell
You
button.
hit the bell, you get notified of all of the content. And only 10% of subscribers
Hit the bell.
actually hit the bell. Well, 76 short of 8,000 subscribers. So 76
Come
people
on!
hit the
Come
subscribe.
on, guys.
If any of you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and get us to that magic 8,000, if you would, please.
So, gentlemen, ladies, boys, girls in the audience, thank you so much for watching us. Come on then, Win.
It's goodbye from them.
It's a goodbye from them.
Goodbye from me. It's
Thank
Howe.
you.
Thank you for watching that video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. You can watch more videos here. You can also subscribe to our following channels here, our extra channel for NUFC Talk TV, this channel of course, and also to RCM Football, where we put Premier League content there. So if you're a neutral fan, subscribe to that one, and everybody subscribe to those channels of course. Don't forget to smash the like button, become a member to enjoy better and more content, all access to our videos if you become a member. Thank you very much indeed for your support. This is Chris the American Mag. I'll see you on the next one.